Have you been applying to jobs by the dozens for weeks and you're just not getting any bites? Or are you at the point in your job search where your strategy really is just to apply to everything? Stick around because I'm about to share with you the top 3 job search bad habits and how you can avoid them. Hi, my name is Ashley. I work in talent development with Workforce Solutions Rural Capital Area. Welcome to Tuesday Talks. In my work with job seekers, there are a few bad habits that I see people fall into. Bad habit number 1, not having a professional email address that you use only for job searching. Hiring managers only have a few seconds to look at the information you include on your application and resume and move you into either the interview pile or the denial pile. Everything that you include is either working for or against you. Contact information is the first thing that you include on your application and resume. And this right here is where people make a crucial mistake. If you're using an email address from your AOL Instant Messenger days, no judgment here unless you're using it in your job search. This brings us to our first tip to combat this bad habit. Create a professional email address and use it only for job hunting and your career development. Try to keep the email address as close to your name as possible, but you may need to add a few numbers or an underscore. As someone with a generic name, I know that this is easier said than done when setting up a Gmail account. Once you have the email created, be sure to check it regularly. You don't want to miss out on a follow-up from a recruiter or a hiring manager. I also recommend setting up your job search alerts to this email address so that they don't get lost in a sea of junk mail. Bad habit number 2, falling into the easy apply trap. After weeks of searching for work, you can start thinking that the more applications that you send out, the more likely you are to get a job, which can make the easy apply button on certain job boards very appealing. When using this, the hiring manager only sees a snapshot of your profile. You're unlikely to stand out amongst the large amount of other job seekers who are also using this option. How much time and effort you put into your applications could be the reason that you either do or do not get moved on to the interview round in the hiring process. The snapshot of your profile does not give the hiring manager a complete picture of you. Some things are worth the extra effort, especially if the job sounds like something you would really enjoy. Even when that easy apply option is there, choose to go through the full process of applying, adding your resume and cover letter. Which brings us to our final job search bad habit, which you need to kick immediately. Bad habit number 3, taking cover letter optional as a reason to not send one in. Cover letters are rarely mandatory on job postings, but they are the one thing that could make or break your first impression with a hiring manager. When you submit a cover letter, it shows that you cared enough about the position to tailor your submission and devote those few extra minutes. When hiring managers are making their decision within just a few seconds, a cover letter really can make you stand out amongst hundreds of other job seekers who just submitted their resume. Cover letters exist as an introduction to your resume. It is used to tie together your experience and how it makes you the right candidate for the position. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, just a few paragraphs that give more insight into who you are, what you do well, and what interested you in the position. Without a cover letter, your resume could lack the context needed to elevate your application and help you lock in that interview invite. While the job post might not require it, I encourage you to make it a personal rule that you always submit a tailored cover letter alongside your resume when you are applying to a job. If the mere idea of a cover letter makes you semi-nauseous, I encourage you to join us next week where I give you some tips on how to hack the cover letter. If you can't wait until then, check out our events calendar on our website, workforcesolutionsrca.com, to sign up for the next virtual resume and cover letter workshop. Thanks for joining this week's Tuesday Talks. Good luck in your job search, and I'll see you next week.